want to upgrade my computer. What should I do? If you answered, buy an RTX 2080 Ti, you'd be wrong. It needs what every computer needs. More RGB! Lucky for you, I got just what you need. One of these. It is an LED, backlit, glowy PCMR badge for the people like me who just need a little bit more RGB in your life. The best part, I'm going to show you how I made it and how you can make one of your own.
To model this up, I use Fusion 360. Just as a kind of idea how big it is, the base is 220 millimeters by 60 millimeters and it's about 7 millimeters tall. So here I have the main components here. So what we have here is the black or whatever color base you like, and for just display purposes I made the blades and the accent color yellow just for ease of visibility. Here you can see the LED channel in the backside. So I will turn off the exterior just so you can see the clear portion that you print. So it's designed to get as much diffusion throughout the plastic as possible to the edges while still being easy and fairly consistent to print. And then here are all the black pieces that you can print. I have these small pieces separated so that you can print them outside as you want, and so I will include both the separate pieces as well as one complete sheet of all of these for printing. So there's nothing too special about the print here. So here I have on the bed everything you'll print in what I call the base color. So you have the main base there, and then all the fill-in pieces for inside of like the R and the A, and then the P and the C for the PC portion of it. Nothing too special about the settings. All I have here is horizontal expansion to negative 0.02 millimeters. That is so that the pieces fit together very easily. You probably could have it, as a very snug fit. I did not design in any tolerance in between the two. So if your printer prints out of bounds or prints slightly large on either one, they'll interfere and you might have to sand it down. So I just skip that. I print all of these since these go inside to be negative 0.2, and it works pretty well for me. Otherwise, no special settings there. Infill doesn't really matter. Just make sure you have enough surfaces that for your printer so it doesn't look bumpy or pillowy, and you should be good to go. So there's pretty much the same thing for this one. All you'll have is this center piece here. I print it with the channel for the LED on the bottom, and I use tree supports, but you can use supports or no supports if you feel like it, or if you have good bridging settings. Supports are just slightly easier to remove than dealing with bridging sometimes. Anyways, so I just have normal layer heights, no horizontal expansion, so this part I make as is. I do turn on ironing on my machine because I prefer it. But infill density, I do have 33% for the top layers there, just to make sure I get a good infill. But I do have 2 gradual infill steps. So what that does for me is in the center of it, it reduces down the amount of material I have, especially at the bottom, which allows the light to propagate further up and shine a little bit brighter. So that's what I use. Otherwise, once again, pretty standard settings, nothing too special.
So now that you've printed your base of whatever color you want, I chose black, your colored core, which is this clearest, whitest piece here, and then your accent pieces, which again you can make whatever you want. It's time for just a quick test fit. So just make sure that all your pieces do in fact fit together. You could glue them at the same time if you wanted, but really up to you. So it looks like all my small bits here fit pretty well. I'll be super gluing them in a little bit just to get the right kind of accent, and then assembling the printed part. So here we have our assembled badge. So now that it's all glued up and relatively stable, it's time to prep the LEDs. So once you got your LED strand, link down below,
We're going to cut off a section that is the appropriate length, and that will shine in the way. So about here, looks like we're pretty close to a cut point anyways, so we'll give it a snip and wire it up. So now that we have our LED strip cut here, we'll start wiring it up. So along the bottom you'll see a RGB and a plus 12 volt. So we'll just need to take off the protective rubber that is over the entire strip and solder up our wiring harness. Alright, so now we have it all soldered up here, and I have plugged into one of the cheap little RGB output little modules here, so we'll give her a test. So we have this on white. Looks like it is in fact working correctly. So we got our R, our G, and our B, which combines for white. And yeah, so we'll get this get these solder rings covered up, it'll be nice and pretty with some heat shrink, and we'll get it installed on the base, probably with some DIY special hot glue. Ain't no kill like overkill. And with a goodly amount of hot glue, we have finished mounting the LED strip to the base of the glowy badge. So, here we are. Works pretty well, for the most part. Not too bad. Changes colors alright. And we should be able to hook this up to a computer. Once you've tried to clean up all the dust in your case before installing your fancy new RGB light, all you need to do is match up the 12 volt line on your badge here to the 12 volt controller. So for me, the 12 volt is this white cable here, and so this would be bad. This would fry it here. So all we need to do, rotate it around and plug it in. So as you can see, that works. So with the cable that I've chosen here, I'm unfortunately not able to get it seated all the way, and I don't have too much room to put it, so I'll probably be adding lengtheners. But there you go. There is one PC MR AF badge that replaces the old and still dusty badge. So there you go. The most important upgrade you can make to your PC, RGBifying your status as one of the PCMR. Totally more important than the entirely just superficial upgrade to something like the RTX 2080 Ti. Who wants one of those when you can have a fancy glowing badge? In seriousness, I hope you enjoy this badge as much as I enjoyed making it. If you want to make it, just visit the Thingiverse page below, link in the description, and once you've made it, post the results for other people to view, like me. It makes me pretty happy to see other people enjoying the stuff I've made, because I myself have made a lot of designs. So many other people have gone together, you know, tested and then published for my own benefit. Below in the video description, I also have links to the items that I used in links on Amazon, so you can use that to source your own parts. So you can either, you know, buy the ones that I have or use whatever the heck you have at home, but it's a good starting point. And then if you have questions or other comments, leave them below. Otherwise, see you next time. Hasta la bye-bye.